This video will demonstrate how we get annotation on our plan view horizontal geometry along with our profile. On our plan view horizontal geometry, this annotation is controlled through the use of the features that we utilize. We have to select a feature or apply a feature to the baseline that is set up to do annotation. And also we have to make sure that on our drawing scale that we are at an annotation that is supported in GeoPack's Design and Computation Manager file. And so by default the seed files are going to be set to 1 inch equals 100 feet, which is supported in the Design and Computation Manager. To have the annotation then show up, we simply apply a feature to this particular geometry that we want to show, and so we can come over to our general geometry tab and we can select set feature definition. That's one way we can do it, and we simply choose the feature. In this case it's going to be under design, drafting standards, plan, alignments, and proposed baseline, and then we give the baseline a name, and then we select and then reset, and then that will then apply that feature definition and show our annotation. And at any point then that annotation or the alignment is adjusted, that annotation will also update automatically. Had I not already opened a GPK file of Kogo, then I would have been prompted to select the GPK file, as it is synchronizing the plan graphics with the GPK file on that baseline. The second part is to demonstrate how to show annotation on the profile. In Select Series 3, looking at our profile view here, there are no options to do annotation at this time of the making of this video. We can come in and graphically manipulate our profile, but there's no annotation tools associated with this. And so we go back to our native draw profile tool to do that. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that the existing and proposed profiles are stored back into the GPK file. And we have a tool that will do that. Taking a look at our proposed profile, we can see the first requirement is that it must have a name that is compatible with Kogo and GeoPack's GPK file, so no spaces or unusual characters. And so I've called this Side Road PR. And because this is a child profile of this baseline, this profile will automatically get written to the GPK file. But what is not going to automatically go back to the GPK file is the existing ground profile. And so again, this needs to have a name. So if you come over to the properties, make sure you give it a name. And then you want to come over to the General Geometry tab and select the Export to Native. And you want to select your existing ground profile, reset to complete, and what that will do is prompt you then for the GPK file that is to write to. So we'll send that back to our 006 GPK file. And then the last thing I want to show is the Draw Profiles tool. So I'm just going to make a new drawing here, and I'll just call this Profiles. And we'll open that drawing up. And we're going to proceed to our Draw Profile tool, and it can be accessed, just to show on this video, under the Plans Preparation Draw Profiles. And that opens up this application, which hopefully you're familiar with, and we want to select our job number 006, and then we need to place a profile cell. And so our chain is entrance, and we have our station and elevation, our horizontal scale we want to use. And so I'm just going to place this cell out here in the drawing, and we can do a fit view at this point. And then we're going to come over to set our label scale to match, so that's going to be 100. And we'll come over to Kogo, and the first thing we're going to do is to plot our existing profile, and we're going to select the feature to plot that with. So we're going to go to existing ground profiles, and this is the 100 scale. We'll say OK to that. And just to show, that is underneath the the standards that you should be used to in Select Series 2, just to show that one more time. Underneath the Drafting Standards COGO, and then underneath Profile, Existing Ground Profiles, and then the 100 scale. And then we simply add that to the list, and that will plot the existing ground profile. Then we're going to switch over to our side road PR profile, which I just created. And we're going to pick a different feature for that one. So that's going to be under Proposed Ground Profiles, 100 scale. And I'm going to do this one at 110, which is our only option for 100. We'll select that, and then we add that to the list. And now we have our profile drawn and annotated and ready for plans production or cutting of our plan and profile sheets. So that summarizes how we show annotation of our horizontal baselines as well as our vertical profiles.